Good morning, everyone. My name is Molly Sugalnik. I am one of the co-owners of CrossFit Instinct in Springfield, Illinois, and I'm here with Mycal Anders, or Durs, and he
what up?
is the owner of CrossFit PHX in Scottsdale, Arizona. So we are going to be talking to Durs. I know he does some motivational speaking, and he's got a really interesting background about motivation and goal setting. So Durs, why don't you just tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. Mycal Anders out here in Scottsdale, Arizona, owner of CrossFit PHX. Played collegiate football at both the Air Force Academy and East Texas State. My entire professional education is in fitness and wellness. I've got a bachelor's degree in health and human performance, a master's degree in fitness and conditioning, and I'm a certified strength and conditioning specialist with the NSCA. CrossFit PHX, we've been around for we're in year 4 now, and we're rocking and rolling. That's the long and the short of it.
Sure. What, just so they know, what got you so into health and fitness and just being motivating others, inspiring others?
I have a very personal relationship with fitness. My father wasn't the healthiest guy in the world, but always pushed us to be physically active. So it was kind of my personal mission after he passed to make sure that I live the life that I expect out of others.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
That's really good. Pretty deep.
Yeah.
Pretty deep.
So
what I wanted to cover for all of you guys watching today, I know we've got, hopefully this reaches a good amount of people. I know Durs and I both have kind of similar goals to just help as many people as possible. So hopefully this can inspire some of you guys today. So the first question I had for you is maybe for people who've never 100% gotten into health and fitness and wellness, but they want to or are interested, how do they get the motivation to do that?
Well, the first hurdle you need to overcome in any genre of fitness, but mostly what I hear in CrossFit for first-timers or beginners is that they need to be in shape first. And the truth of the matter is you'll never be in good enough shape to start. The whole point of being in shape, being healthy, is just to simply get started somehow, some way. And find yourself a place that has quality coaching, quality programming, and a staff that understands scalability. Because everybody's, with respect to their 10,000 hours of specialization, some people are just closer to 10,000 than others,
sure.
But on that scale, everybody can participate. So it's not a matter of being in shape enough or being prepared enough. For any lifestyle change, the first thing you have to do is commit and get started and kind of just let the process take care of itself along the way.
So you don't think you need to go try to work out for 3 months and then join a gym? Or
no, because especially if you're not, specifically savvy in fitness to begin with. Sure. You're going to waste 3 months trying to figure it out when you could have already got started and been shown the path.
Yeah.
Instead of kind of just, dipping your toes in the water and kind of getting nowhere, potentially, ending up worse than you were when you started.
Sure. Yeah, I like that. Very good. So that covers our beginners. So another question that I had that maybe we'll address, something that some of you guys tuning in would have is maybe people who have worked out, they've tried to do nutrition, but they feel like they've fallen off the wagon or they just don't have that motivation anymore. So what can people do to get that back?
Lean on others. If you kind of lost it, in yourself, for yourself, one of the biggest things you can do is find somebody to hold you accountable for those goals. Somebody's going to call you out and let you know that, you said you were going to do X, Y, Z and you haven't followed through. It's time to get back on the wagon and make this happen. You can do that with anybody, a nutrition coach, a training partner, your CrossFit coaches, kind of just establishing, breaking that boundary and establishing that relationship of open communication is probably the biggest thing. we're more apt to follow through and be accountable to other people than we really are to ourselves.
Yeah.
So if it's a matter of setting a date and time where you and your partner can train every single day, or you guys swap nutrition journals at the end of the week to make sure that you're on track, or you send yourselves accountability emails, stuff like that. Having that person outside of you to make sure that you're moving in the right direction and not allowing yourself to backslide is probably the best way to make it happen and stay with it over the long term.
Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah. That's great. I like that.
Yeah.
All right. Last question I have, so maybe more towards the people again in the second group, or maybe the first group after they've already gotten into it and started, but would be goal setting. I know I talk to a lot of our clients about it's good to actually have an attainable goal to go towards, but how do you set the goals? How do you give yourself a timeline? Where do you even start with goal setting?
Yeah, I think, I'm a huge believer in shooting for the moon and maybe hitting a star along the way, because you just never, it's hard to accurately gauge a timeline, and I don't really subscribe to setting yourself realistic goals, because a lot of the time as I've gone through my professional journey, my personal journey in goal setting, when people set realistic goals, they either limit themselves exponentially, or they hit that goal super fast and they don't have anything to follow up with. So the biggest thing is to set a really, really big goal. So let's say you want to add, let's go with body composition. You want to drop 5% body fat, but you've never actually paid attention to those numbers, and you don't know what, how long it's actually going to take. Especially when you start incorporating all these different lifestyle changes and whatnot. So the ultimate goal is that 5%. So, and then now you start introducing the process. And now, okay, my goal is 5% body fat loss. Now I'm going to start training 5 days a week. I'm going to start eating, in a certain way. You start researching nutrition habits and stuff like that. You start implementing that plan, and it's actually the implementation of that plan that reinforces the lifestyle that gets you that 5% loss, and that's what allows you to hit your 5% and start establishing new goals thereafter. In terms of weight training, you can rely on coaches and professionals and just other people who have already been down that road to kind of help you establish a timeline that's not either too long, where you can kind of just, you're taking your time and not really stretching your limits, but at the same time, it's not so short that you bump up against that wall of disappointment. So just kind of, it's a lot of guess and check, trial and error, and just kind of leveraging information and experience from people who've already been down that path that really help you assign target timelines to those goals. But first and foremost, just get the goals on paper. That's what makes them real. And then share those goals with as many people as possible. That makes you accountable, because now you know that they know that you're working on some stuff. And like I said, we're way more likely to follow through when we know that we're accountable to somebody else than ourselves.
I totally agree. Very good. Well, I hope that helps motivate and inspire some of you guys. If you have any questions or comments, we have tagged CrossFit PHX and Durs's personal page, so feel free to contact any of us if you need more assistance or help with any of this. And I know he's got a great social media page going, especially on Instagram. Why don't you give a little plug on that? It's really great.
So you can follow me at Coach Durs. That's Coach DERZ on Instagram. And you can follow our fitness family here at CrossFit PHX at CrossFit PHX. Reach out to me on Facebook via Messenger, or on my public page, and I'm getting ready to drop an ebook in the not too distant future. It's the manifestation of affirmation. It's a process that I went through early on in my career to kind of bring me to where I'm at now. It's a 30-day process, where you just read a passage every single day, and you take that specific passage and you apply it to your daily process, and over the course of that 30 days, you're reprogramming your thinking to keep you positive and productive. And those are the two best things, you know, ultimately to facilitate everything that we just talked about.
Awesome, great.
So, yeah.
Well, thanks, sirs. I appreciate you sitting down and talking with us.
Totally.
So, thanks for tuning in, guys. Again, reach out if you need anything, and have a wonderful day. Thanks.
By all means. Later, guys.